Hello and welcome to the Man Games. This is another episode of Fun with Figures. So there is two previous episodes before this, and the first one was looking at some of the Jakks figures from the 90s. Then the second episode was looking at some of the WCW figures. Today we're going to look at some of the Mattel figures. Starting off with a good one today, AJ Lee. Now I think this was the first AJ Lee figure that the WWE made. I think later on they did make some in original attire, but I think this was the first one that came out. I think this is based on her time when she was apparently in love with John Cena, but then actually she wasn't. She turned heel and sided with Dolph Ziggler. So this figure is a good figure. The only thing really is the shoulders are a bit tight, but other than that it is quite good. I'll try and move the chain back into place, or necklace as the ladies call them. I like to call them chains because men don't wear necklaces, but obviously she's a lady. There is a mark on her backside, but other than that it is in pretty good condition. So yeah, off to a good start today with the AJ Lee figure. Now next up, this is another first, I think. This is the first Sheamus figure that got like the first in line, should we call them. This has been very well played with though. There's lots of blue marks on this figure, on the face as well. But then Sheamus is very white, so you know it's gonna, wear and tear on the figure is gonna show more. I feel like the figures that have more white on them, the more marks get shown on the figures. You can see there the back is knee pads are coming away, but at least they're still on, so you can push them back up when you're playing with them. So yeah, this isn't too bad a figure of Sheamus. There is some better ones out there now, but for a first one, it isn't that bad at all. So yeah, that's Sheamus, the Celtic Warrior. Now next up we have El Torito, I think he was called. Wasn't really a massive fan of the gimmick really. To me, I know some things in wrestling don't make sense, but I just didn't really like this. I didn't really like Los Matadores really. I liked Epico and Primo, just didn't really like that gimmick. Primo is, a real good wrestler, well so is Epico, but just some guys WWE just don't seem to know what to do with. But anyway, back to the figure. It's in good condition. Yeah, not a lot of marks on it. But I don't know, who wants to see this guy going up against a Sheamus? Well, in real life you'd just see him knock his head off, wouldn't you? So maybe we should just do that. So yeah, that was El Torito. Speaking of Primo and Epico, this is Primo's brother, Epico's cousin. Carlito, a good figure. One of the things that I don't like about him is the legs. They just seem a bit thicker. You kind of see that in the Rey Mysterio figures as well in the Mattels. I think because of the material and the trousers that the wrestlers wear, they make the figures' legs bigger because that's how they think they are. In fact, it's just obviously, so it does look like on the telly, but I don't know. I just prefer the thinner legs figures really. You see, it's just a bit hard to move there, but good facial expressions. The hair's a bit hard. So yeah, it's in good condition there. That's what you want. A few marks there, but other than that, pretty decent. So that's Carlito. Next up we have You're either Nexus or you're against us, Wade Barrett. So I think this was another first in line figure. Wade Barrett, obviously, like I said before. When he was in the Nexus, that's why he's got the Nexus band there. He does have another tattoo now, but this was just before he had the I think the red roses on his right arm. This has just got that one. It's quite a good tattoo there for the figure. I mean, it's a good figure. There's not really a lot to talk about the figure there. There's a bit of marks there on the head, but other than that, yeah, that's Wade Barrett. Next up, we have a Triple H, the game figure. Seen plenty of Triple H figures in my times. I can't say this is a favourite. I've seen this figure before on different bodies and with different attire, and just make the wrestling unique. Don't just put the same head on a different body. So yeah, not really a lot to say about this Triple H. It's not terrible, but it's not. Well, in my opinion, it's just not all that great. So yeah, that's the game Triple H. Now next up, one of the better figures on today's show, Kane. Unfortunately, the mask has disappeared through time. It used to come with his mask and some chains. When he first lost the mask, he went a bit crazy. So I think it was Eric Bischoff that had him chained in chains. Then one time he escaped. I think he escaped, and then Tombstone Linda McMahon on the entranceway of Raw. But no, good figure in good condition. Obviously, it's just a shame the mask has disappeared through time. But yeah, so that's Kane. So since we've had Kane, we might as well next have. Can you guess? That's right. It's the Undertaker. So this figure's based on the match he has with Triple H at WrestleMania 28, the Hell in a Cell match. I believe this figure came with a sledgehammer, maybe steel steps. I'm not 100% sure on that one though. So yeah, it's a good figure. They've made an effort to try and get some colour in the tattoos and make him look as realistic. The tattoo, I believe, goes all around his neck now, as he once got his wife's name tattooed on his neck, and then they split up. So I really like the Undertaker, but that was a bad life choice there. But obviously on the figure it's not there, so it doesn't really matter, does it? So yeah, that's the Undertaker. So next up today we have a Seth Rollins figure. If he will stand up, his foot seems a bit stiff. It's not the only thing that's been stiff in his life at the moment, as some people should know. Him and Becky Lynch are expecting. Congratulations to them. There is a part of me that is sad that obviously we won't be seeing her every week on Raw, but life goes on, and hopefully maybe Asuka can, or Ruby Riott, or even Liv Morgan can, get a bit more time on Raw. But anyway, we're losing track here. So it's Seth Rollins figure, good detail. I think it might have been one of the first Seth Rollins figures that was made. Again, maybe first in line one. Not 100% sure about that. So yeah, that's Seth Rollins. I will just leave him there because the next one is Roman Reigns. Now, I actually prefer this Roman Reigns figure over Seth Rollins. It's probably the only time I will ever say I prefer Roman Reigns over Seth Rollins. There is a good tattoo there on the arm. Yeah, good detail. Obviously, you can see the chest there is good detail. I'll put him back there so he can stand with Seth Rollins. No, you're not going to move your arm like that, are you? So you can just stand there like that. And unfortunately, we do not have a Dean Ambrose in the Shield range. I believe there used to be one here, but it has since disappeared. So yeah, that is it for today's episode. We'll just remove Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. So yeah, please go out and check the other episodes of Fun with Figures and check out the 2K20 videos on the channel, and there's also the unboxing of WrestleCrate. Make sure to give that a watch, and please subscribe to the channel. It really helps. The more subscribers we can get, the better content we can put out. Like the video, and yeah, try and spread the word about the Man Games. And that's everything for today.